In Jamaica now, prosecution details Pathways murder.
The facts of this case are
notorious.
14 children taken from the church on the night of the deadly ritual, now released from state custody. Klansman gang trial hears how dancehall artist Vybz Kartel allegedly ordered murders. Portmore man killed after refusing to remove security camera from his house. Battle royal at King's House over vax or test backlash. Special parliamentary sitting to fix road traffic law after court injunction blocking speeding fines exceeding $2,000. And the bicycle riding farmer Nicole details her inspiration for agriculture.
Basically, it's just the farmer really want to help with like the fencing and to get it, because from the COVID coming in, things have been rough.
I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, the DPP, has released a statement detailing the allegations against Andre Ruddock, the accused in the murder of Tanika Gardner, a fellow member of the Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries. Gardner was killed during a ritual on Sunday, October 17. Another member was also killed during the ritual at which the now deceased pastor Kevin O. Smith was presiding.
the facts of this case are
Notorious.
notorious. They are rather bizarre, you know.
They are bizarre
Yeah.
and they're very notorious.
One witness alleges that approximately 2 weeks before the murders, Smith began to act strangely and changed what he taught in the church. He said Selassie was God and told his congregants that they could listen to secular music from persons such as Sizzla, Capleton, Buju Banton, Beenie Man, and Queen Ifrica. The pastor also told his congregants that they could smoke ganja because it can carry them to a higher level of consciousness. A witness said on the night of the murders, church members lay down on the ground and covered themselves. Dr. Smith then began to destroy the glass on the altar, the windows, and other items. Sometime after, Dr. Smith gave a knife to witness A and told him that he was Michael the Archangel. Smith also gave the accused, Andre Ruddock, a knife and told him that he, Ruddock, was the Archangel Gabriel. Michael Brown, who is now deceased, was a member of the church at the time of his demise. He was suffering from a mental issue which resulted in tubes being attached to his body. Smith told the now deceased Michael Brown, "You have to die, but you will rise again because I am the resurrection and the light." Thereafter, Smith pulled the tubes from Mr. Brown, who then bled to death. When the now deceased Tanika Gardner arrived, Smith asked her, "Do you believe that I am the resurrection and the life?" Miss Gardner said yes. Smith then asked her, "Do you believe I can raise you from the dead?" Miss Gardner replied yes. Smith responded, "Your blood have to be cleansed. I will have to cut your throat." Miss Gardner said yes. Smith instructed a witness, A, to cut Miss Gardner's throat. Witness A said no. The accused, Andre Ruddock, walked to where Gardner was located. When the accused, Andre Ruddock, got to where Miss Gardner was located, she knelt down before him. At this point, the accused, Ruddock, used a knife to cut Gardner's throat. The religious leader, Kevin Smith, who was to be charged with 2 counts of murder, was killed in a traffic crash in Bog Walks in Catherine just over a week later, as he was being transported to Kingston by the police. Meanwhile, 14 of the 15 children taken from the Pathways Ministries are now in the care of their families. 1 remains in state custody pending further investigations. The decision to place the children was made on Wednesday at a sitting of the St. James Family Court. The children were taken into state care after the deadly October 17 ritual they attended with their parents and relatives. Rosalie Gage Gray is the Chief Executive Officer of the Child Protection and Family Services Agency. She says the agency's clinical psychologist will continue to offer psychotherapeutic support to the children. There will also be weekly visits as the agency tracks the progress of the children and continue their care plans. In the Klansman Wandon gang trial, the prosecution's second witness this week testified that incarcerated dancehall artist Vybz Kartel had reportedly ordered hits of 3 persons, including an entertainer. The witness told the court that the order was reportedly given to the Wandon gang. Court reporter Tanisha Mundle has been covering the trial and now joins us for a roundup. Tanisha, how much detail was presented in court in relation to the allegations involving Kartel?
Well, Damon, the witness did not give a lot of information about Kartel, but he did indicate that Kartel had solicited the services of the gang to murder 3 persons, including a fellow entertainer. that person's name was not revealed. The witness, however, said that 2 of those persons were killed in Waterford. The witness also said that instructions came to him directly from Vybz Kartel via phone. He also said that Blackman had sent him to supervise Kartel's video shoot for the song Buckupina, which was being done in McKinley Crescent in St. Andrew.
What was the reaction of the reputed one-done gang leader Andre Blackman Bryan to this testimony?
Well, based on my observation, Blackman throughout the trial he looks very worried. He seemed to be very uncomfortable. At moments, he can be seen holding down his head. He can also be seen shaking his legs. So, in my observation, he's not comfortable at all.
Well, looking ahead now to week 6 next week, what are your expectations?
Well, for week 6, the witness will be wrapping up his evidence in chief. He has pretty much detailed all the murders that he would have witnessed or would have known about. So cross-examination is expected to begin next week.
Thank you very much. Tanisha Mundell there, our court reporter. A technician who reportedly disobeyed the directive of gangsters in his community to disconnect his home security camera system was killed in broad daylight last Saturday near his home in the White Lane area of Nagohead in Portmore, St. Catherine. 39-year-old Karen McCollin was killed about 1 o'clock in the afternoon by an unknown assailant who escaped in the area on foot.
One thing I know is that the community really appreciate him as a person who has special skill in that area, providing, members of the internet service and so on. A really, disappointing and unwelcoming type of behavior from those persons in that community. We're not taking it lightly. One thing is sure, we're not going to give up our communities to gangsters, and the police side we're going to be doing all that is possible to restore some level of calm and peace within these communities, but the fear of crime is actually stifling our own development.
The Jamaica Civil Service Association, the JCSA, is awaiting word from the Office of the Services Commission on the employment status of workers at King's House who were sent home recently on the grounds that they had failed to prove to their employers that they were vaccinated against COVID-19. JCSA President O'Neill Grant said the action was taken against the workers after they were deemed to have committed an infraction. The union has contested the grounds on which the workers were disciplined, arguing that the vaccine or test mandate was inconsistent with their classification as civil servants. However, King's House has countered that the workers are personal servants of the Governor General, Sir Patrick Allen, and not civil servants. The application brought by a senior data specialist who is seeking an injunction to bar his employer Digicel Jamaica Limited from implementing a mandatory COVID-19 vaccination or test policy has been set for hearing on November 17. An adjournment was granted on Thursday when the application was heard in chambers at the Supreme Court. The judge, in granting an adjournment, ordered that the defendant, Digicel, settle legal representation. Attorney-at-law Sundiata Gibbs represented Digicel on Thursday. Dark White, the claimant, is challenging Digicel's policy on the grounds that it is in breach of his contract and his constitutional rights. The government rushed to hold consecutive sittings of the Houses of Parliament on Friday to amend the Road Traffic Act. It followed a court injunction blocking the police from issuing traffic tickets in excess of fines up to the 2006 rates. Justice Sonia Bertram Linton issued the interim order until the trial in 2023 of a claim brought by Maurice Housen against the Attorney General and the Commissioner of Police. Housen is contending that the fixed penalties for road traffic offences under the 1938 Road Traffic Act have not been increased by the Parliament or the Minister of Transport in accordance with Section 116 of the Act. He said instead the fines were reportedly increased by the Finance Minister in 2006 and 2007 as if they were taxes or duties under the Provisional Collection of Taxes Act. Housen is claiming that the Finance Minister has no power or authority to increase fines or fix penalties under the Road Traffic Act. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page, subscribe today and turn on your notifications. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, meet 40-year-old Lake Spence and Catherine native Nicole McFarlane. She's not just a farmer, but a Jill of many trades who also balances her niece on a bicycle she rides to work.
You made that bicycle?
Yeah.
Did you expect that it would go viral?
No. Cause a long time me I do it and people over the years see me from me have she. Basically it's not my real birth child, you know. It's my niece. And I take her from my brother from she's 2 months. So basically me and she and my mother they live here and we are struggling because my mother died now. So that's why basically anywhere I'm going now I have to carry her because we never really leave her nowhere, but sometimes if it is necessary, I leave her with my niece or one of my friends. So that's why everywhere I go now, she's with me. I get a lot of calls, people respecting me, shouting out, giving me praise. And it has been good so far. People trying to help me with my farm because basically it's just the farm I really want to help it, like the fencing and to get it because from the COVID coming in, things have been rough.
How long would you spend in the field?
For the whole day. And not because you know you have to take a break sometimes. But it's basically the whole day. Because if you know you're fertilize and spray day, or if you're cutting in the morning, probably down in the evening, you take a break from the cutting in the morning after finish, and you take a break, eat something, and then you come back down, sun cooler. Either you spray or you find something else if it's weeding time or like how you weed out. So basically it's the whole day sometimes. I work so hard and plant right now. I do local selling and up on the road. And every week I have to buy banana and plant the same way. And I plant a lot because over the other side I pay banana and plant over here is this planting. And every week I have to go Spanish to the market to buy the same way.
Because of these?
Teeth, yeah.
For other females who are thinking about taking on this as a career, is it something that you would encourage?
Yes, but first they have to have the love for it. Because if you don't have the love for it, it's not going to work.